Well, guys, the lights are down on the speedway, and we are going to come back to the green flag. 50 laps here tonight, $20,000. $20,000 getting set to go to the winner here tonight, but we got, who is it going to be, man? A couple of throttle masters on the front row. Hudson O'Neal, Tanner English. DJ, let's get the party started.
50 laps will be the distance, $20,000 on the line. Hudson O'Neal on the pole, Tanner English on the outside, and Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota is underway here at Brownstown.
Down low, it's going to be Hudson O'Neal, Tanner English in second, 3 wide for third. Here comes Superman up top. How about McCready down low? He'll go door to door with Jonathan Davenport. Davenport, a good run out of turn number 4. He'll take second at the line behind Huddy, and a good battle off into turns 1 and 2 as Tanner English is in the fold as well.
Man, oh man, 3 cars all right there together. You thought Davenport was going to get a good run on the high side coming off 2. Now we'll try to use that high side momentum through turns 3 and 4, and he's got it. Superman Jonathan Davenport flies to the lead in the 49. Hudson O'Neal back to second. Now it's Tanner English in third, Feger in fourth, side by side for fifth, Pearson Jamison.
Bobby Pierce on the move as out front it is Jonathan Davenport. Hudson O'Neal in second, Jason Feger. Tiffany picked him as her choice for the winner. He's up top, and he goes to work on Tanner English for third. Meanwhile, Jason Jamison back in fifth, Bobby Pierce in sixth.
And we got a caution flag on the
Shelby
speedway.
Miles.
Yep, Shelby Miles is slow right here on the front straightaway, and that'll bring out our first caution flag of the night. 3 laps in the books, 47 laps remaining as Miles just slowed here on the front straightaway. It looks like maybe that car has lost power, and we've also got Zach Blackwood off the racetrack in the 93X as well, so I wonder if maybe contact was made between those 2 drivers. Drake Troutman just pulled off the speedway in the 7. Got all kinds of issues here on lap number 3. On the front straightaway, the leader will start by himself out front. Second on back will choose whatever lane they want, inside or outside, and we'll see how many. We got 1, 2 going to the outside.
All right, we got some guys switching it up a little bit. Hang on to it. We noticed there's no camera on it because they knew Mike Marlar was going to be here tonight, and he took it out twice at Fairbury.
Yes, he did.
I tell you. And I want to thank Matt Curl again, of course, co-owner of Fairbury Speedway. And we have such a talented staff, and it's such an honor to get to work with this whole staff. And, you know, we talked about Josh out there, Matt Curl, Ray Cook. Ray's had some stories from here at Brownstown over the years. Of course, Kelly Carlton, Alton Wilson, just it's a total honor. And Dakota Tennyson, one of my coworkers from my race pass, Brad Hockaday, couldn't be here, so Dakota's here tonight. But right now it is time to get back to the green flag. 3 down, 47 to go, and Superman leads the way, and we're back underway at Brownstown.
Jonathan Davenport brings him off turn number 4 down the front straightaway into the green flag. Hudson O'Neal on the inside of Tanner English. English going to try to get that same run on the outside that Hudson O'Neal did, and don't look now, but the Land of Lincoln battling back there for position number 4. Here comes Pierce.
Here comes Pierce, but I tell you what, Feger got a good run, as did Jamison, and the racetrack continues to change, and Feger goes to the top when everybody else goes to the bottom, down in 1 and 2 in front of him. Off into 3 and 4. He's going to have car number 96 on the cushion in front of him, and Pierce working the low side. This racetrack's good right now.
Oh, it's really good. Just off the screen, they were 3 wide behind them back there for the 7th position. Boy, if Feger can ever figure out that top side, he is really, really good down in turns 3 and 4. If he can ever get it to where he needs it to be down in turns 1 and 2, he may be a force to be reckoned with as he continues to go side by side with Tanner English.
And I think he just found something in 1 and 2. I think through 3 and 4, you see him racing to your living room. We'll see if Feger can do anything. Whoa, Tanner with a big slider up in front of him, and he blocks the line for Feger to get around him. That is a fun battle for position 3 with out front Jonathan Davenport, Hudson O'Neal in second, and now Jason Feger and Tanner English. They got a lot of battles on the Mars Tour in the Summer Nationals, and they're going at it for third here in Indiana. Oh, Feger hooks the cushion. That causes him to check up and allows fifth running Pierce to join the battle.
Yeah, those guys are about to go at it for second. Hudson O'Neal's backed up to them just a wee little bit as it's a 1.1 second advantage right now for Jonathan Davenport. He'll come around to complete 9 laps in this 50-lap main event. O'Neal remains second, O'Neal third, Feger fourth, Bobby Pierce fifth. Devin Moran, meanwhile, has worked his way from 17th up to 9th, 9 laps into this one.
Yeah, Devin just had a bad break in that heat race earlier. The car's been really fast, and you got to think he would love to see a couple of cautions tonight. Well, we've seen Davenport on the top. We've seen him in the middle. We've seen him down low. As back behind him, you see Jamison coming after Tim McCready for position 6. Great battle there. Jonathan Davenport has been all over the racetrack, and I don't know if his car is just that good everywhere or it's that hard to lead right now, DJ, because the racetrack's changing so much.
It is. We've seen Davenport in a few different places on this racetrack. We double it up for you at home. You've got 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th there on the right side of your screen. We always keep a camera on the race leader. That's on the left side of your screen. 1.2 seconds the advantage for Jonathan Davenport, and he's just a couple laps away from picking up the back of the field here in this one.
I tell you what, Jason Feger and Bobby Pierce, that battle rages on. That is for position 4. Last time Bobby Pierce had it, Feger that time at the line will take it back away from him.
Good high-speed game of cat and mouse going on back there right now. Meanwhile, back up the front of the field, as Jonathan Davenport is closed into the tail end of this field, Hudson O'Neal has been able to close in a little bit on Jonathan Davenport. The double zero, Devin Gilpin out of the party in that Don Fleetwood throwback. 14 laps into this one. Hudson O'Neal's been quicker than Jonathan Davenport 3 straight laps.
And Mike Marler's called it a night. He is to the infield as your top 5. Oh, Feger just about left the ballpark out of 4. That allows Bobby Pierce to get sole possession of 4th with 15 on the board. And now lap traffic in front of your leaders. Cade Loudy on the top side. So Jonathan Davenport heads down low. And Hudson O'Neal looking for one mistake. Tanner English. A few years ago, he and Kyle Larson had a heck of a battle for the win here, with Tanner English coming home second in our Castrol event.
Absolutely. As you got a good one here, as again, Jonathan Davenport trying to keep Hudson O'Neal at bay. Cade Loudy will be the next car to go 1 lap down. Just 0.5 of a second now the advantage for the 49 over the 71 is still Tanner English, Bobby Pierce, and now a side-by-side battle for the 5th spot between Jason Feger and Tim McCready. And here comes Hudson O'Neal on the high side.
Well, right now we've noticed Cade Loudy's been really good on the top off 3 and 4 the lap car, and Hudson O'Neal moved up the racetrack to try to take advantage of it. He's going to try it again this time by as Davenport heads down low, and Huddy will diamond off the corner. Last time by, Davenport's lead was 0.5 of a second. That time, just inside of 0.4. As now the battle heats up out of 2 down the back straightaway. Davenport's got the lead, but here comes Hudson O'Neal, who has found a new line through 3 and 4.
Oh.
Are you going to have a new leader at lap 20? Yes, sir, you will. Huddy to the top spot.
Wow, and boy, Hudson O'Neal drives it right down to the bottom and right in front of Jonathan Davenport there, and Kent Robinson off the pace, and I thought for sure Hudson O'Neal was going to absolutely tank him on the back straightaway. I have no idea how Hud missed the slowing number 7, but somehow he was able to do so.
And Tanner English in 3rd, and he's bringing Bobby Pierce to the party. We're not even halfway yet, DJ. Back in 5th, it's Tim McCready. Thornton Jr. up to 6th, Feger 7th, Devin Moran up to 8th, Blair 9th, Ross Robinson 10th, as Dennis Erb Jr. calling it a night.
Closing in on the halfway point in this one is Hudson O'Neal, leads him off the back straightaway. He's stretched out now to a 1 second advantage over Jonathan Davenport. This time by, there will be 23 laps scored, 27 laps to go, as Cade Loudy going to call it a night as well in the 126.
And I tell you what, Ricky Thornton Jr. on the move. He's up to 5th, and he's going to work on the top side of the racetrack, and now he's 1 spot behind Bobby Pierce. They run 1-2 in the points. They run 5th, and they run 4th and 5th on the racetrack. And Hudson O'Neal has built up a 1.3 second advantage. Davenport back in 2nd. In 3rd, it's Tanner English. Now Bobby Pierce working the top side through 3 and 4. Battle starting to heat up from 2nd on back.
You know who's got the fastest car on the racetrack is the guy currently running in the 6th position. It's that white number 99 that just popped into your screen. That's Devin Moran. Moran started way back in 17th. We're halfway home in this one, and Bobby Pierce just slipped up there, Ben, going into turn 3.
Tanner English slid up in front of him. Bobby had to get on the binders as business is picking up, and now here comes Devin Moran going after Thornton Jr. and Bobby Pierce down the back straightaway. That's the battle for 4th. Pierce is going to slide up in front of the lap car of Blackwood. Thornton's right there. Devin Moran, a man on a mission now with just 23 laps to go, but it's all Hudson O'Neal out in front.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're not missing anything at the front of the field because Hudson O'Neal has stretched out to nearly a 2 second advantage. Jonathan Davenport right now currently runs in 2nd, Tanner English 3rd, but we're keeping our eyes on this battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and well, it seems like just about the entire field at this point going at it there on your screen down the back straightaway.
Devin Moran has clawed his way from 17th to 6th. He sets his sights on Ricky Thornton Jr. They battle off in turn number 4. You see it on your screen. Thornton right now in 5th. Devin Moran right there with him. They're trying to close in on Bobby Pierce. Meanwhile, Hudson has checked out, DJ. He's got a 2.2 second advantage over Jonathan Davenport. Davenport has got a solid lead for the 2nd spot over Bobby Pierce.
This race on the right side of your screen is just incredibly entertaining for a couple reasons, Ben. Number one, I mean, these guys are going at it tooth and nail, but 2 for 3 straight laps. I've watched all of them run completely different lines. especially down in turns 1 and 2. We talk about it all the time. This is a racetrack that changes oh so much, especially over the course of 100 laps. Tonight, we're seeing it change a lot over the course of 50.
Well, Tanner English closing in on Jonathan Davenport. Meanwhile, side by side for the 5th spot, Devin Moran to the inside, 17th to 5th. A slider through turns 3 and 4, and at the line, Devin Moran has moved into position 5 with 18 laps to go.
Ricky Thornton Jr. says, not so fast,
contact.
my friend. Oh, as he tried the slider on Moran, and Moran's left front hooks the 20 RT in the right rear, and that will bring out a caution with 32 laps scored, 18 laps to go here this evening. Oh my.
Wow. James Essex, the battle for position number 5 leaves Ricky Thornton Jr. facing the wrong way out of turn 2. I believe we're going to have an instant replay of what went awry there.
Yeah, from this vantage point, we'll take a look at it, Ben and Dustin.
All right, DJ, call it as you see it as they work through 1 and 2.
Well, Thornton tried to go back under him and tried to clear him with a slider as he slid up the racetrack. Moran got him in the left rear. It was just two guys where the track funnels together coming off the corner. Thornton thought he had him cleared, and it was hard to tell if he did have him cleared or not, but oh my. Extracurricular activity on the back straightaway, and that tells even more of the story.
Yeah, some confetti being thrown off the 20 RT at the 99. And James, I tell you what, man, you hate to see that happen in that battle right there, but how about the action on the racetrack right now? This Brownstown Speedway is something special tonight.
Well, Hudson O'Neill's not giving up that last week at Knoxville, he let it slip away, a chance for the Final Four as Ricky Thornton Jr. down to the hot pit, guys.
Yeah, he's going to make his way down, and we'll see if he gets the car checked out, if they possibly change a tire for the final 18 laps, what he does. James will wait on an update down there as Thornton Jr. brings that Kohler Motorsports 20 RT. Man, what a heartbreaker. He was rolling good.
And again, Chris Madden back with us here after a vacation last week, missed Knoxville, so he and the crew, Ricky Arnold down here, and they're assessing the 20 RT. Looks like he's going to get a new right rear Hoosier, guys.
And they're jacking the rear end of that car up right now. Hudson O'Neil leads Jonathan. Now the race is, by the way, a 2.2 second lead that Hudson O'Neil had over Jonathan Davenport. Then it's Tanner English, then it's Bobby Pierce, and Devin Moran now from 17th up to 5th, James.
Yeah, Moran the hard charger so far, but how about Davenport? Looked to be in control, and O'Neil caught him, and O'Neil has been gone since then, but
and James, we talked about it. Yep. This racetrack just keeps changing. You see guys go to the top, then to the bottom, and then somebody else goes somewhere else, and that really played out for Hudson. Hudson found a really interesting groove down in 3 and 4 where he diamonded off that corner to get around Davenport for the lead.
Well, it's still one of the best tracks in the country. I remember Tommy Helfig, of course, the longtime promoter at Hopstadt, and one of the best track preparers in the country and a Hall of Famer. He said Brownstown has always had some of the best big races in the history of dirt late model racing, and that comes from someone that I greatly respect, obviously.
Well, I'll tell you what, Helfrich's been around the block a time or two and got the
He never won here at Brownstown, by the way. Tommy ran here for about 20 years, off and on, but never won here at Brownstown.
Tommy Helfrich, we're sorry that made it to the broadcast tonight. If you've won at Brownstown, James is going to tell people. If you have not, James, you're also going to tell people about that, aren't you?
And James Essex's phone number, by the way.
Here's the thing. Someone told me once, if you think you're fast, come to Brownstown and find out how fast you are not.
Well, James, those weekly shows you guys used to have, Purvis would drop in, Moyer would drop in.
Boggs.
You never knew, Boggs. I mean, and then you throw in the Currys and the Barnetts and the Mike Jules and all those guys as we've got the 20 RT is going to make his way back out, Ricky Thornton Jr. And guys, points implications tonight. You want to salvage every spot you can. Ricky Thornton Jr. second in the battle for that $75,000 title, entering tonight just 3 points out of the lead. You want to have a fighting chance at it as we head to Sonoy, as right now Bobby Pierce, the guy he chases, runs in the 4th spot.
And right now you see the Dethridge Opticians choose cone making its way to the front straightaway. So once again,
that was fun last time.
Yes, it was. The race leader will start by himself out front. That's Hudson O'Neil. Every driver from second on back, they have the option to choose on the inside or outside lane on this restart.
All right, so right now it's holding true to suit, except Bobby Pierce changes his mind. Last time we had some guys switching it up. We got a few there back in the pack. You know, you know, some of the drivers are neutral with it. Some of them hate it. some people don't like it. I'm just going to say it was an idea I came up with this year to add something a little bit different to the sport. And, you know, I want to thank Greg Dethridge and Dethridge Opticians. We're just trying to add new little things in there, to not do the same thing over and over.
I think it's fun.
And it's fun. Kate Dillard told me, he said, when I'm watching at home, it's the most entertaining thing in the world. When I'm in the race car, it's the most stressful thing I do all year. So, Kate, I know you're tuned in. He's going to get to race close to home with the World of Outlaws Case Late Model Series this weekend at Boot Hill Speedway and Rocket Raceway Park, and look forward to seeing Cade back at a Castrol event in the future. Right now, the lights are down on the Speedway. And can anybody do anything with Hudson O'Neal with 32 laps in the books and 18 to go?
Yep, well, we've got 18 laps to find out. You're exactly right. Hudson O'Neal, the Pied Piper at the head of the pack, brings him back to the green. And how about the restart Tanner English gets? He quickly moves in front of Jonathan Davenport, and Devin Moran continues his charge from the 17th starting position. He's trying to take 4th away from Bobby Pearson. He may not be done yet on the high side in 99.
Devin Moran having a good battle right now with Davenport. He'll duck to the bottom, and from 17 to 30, slides up in front of Davenport. Davenport turns back down the hill. He'll take the spot. Here comes Pierce. Moran can't turn down because Pierce is right there. Hudson O'Neal says, "Have at it, boys. I'm driving away." And what a battle for third.
He was going to cross JD back over going into 3, but the 32 is right there, and the 32 is the beneficiary of all of that as he momentarily works into the 3rd spot. That is a highly entertaining battle for P3 right now. Davenport takes it back that time by at the line over Pierce. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Tanner English not letting Hudson O'Neal out of his crosshairs this time by 14 laps to go.
Yeah, and Hudson's changed his groove just a little bit as, again, you know, not to beat a dead horse, we keep having a changing groove on the racetrack as Davenport takes 3rd back away from Bobby Pierce. Devin Moran 17th to 5th. Tim McCready rides back in 6th, and it's Max Blair, Ross Robinson, Jason Feger, and Dalton Wilson. Thornton Jr. back up to 12th, trying to salvage some points here tonight.
Yeah, Jonathan Davenport has got a little bit of high side. Oh, Jason Feger off the pace on the front straightaway. He will not be able to limp that car into the infield, and that will bring out a caution just as Jonathan Davenport had closed back in on Tanner English. 13 laps scored, or 37 laps scored, 13 laps to go here tonight.
13 remaining. Jason Feger heads to the attention of Jason Palyabicki. It's up to them. And it's going to be Tanner English to the inside. Jonathan, I tell you what, JD's been really good on the outside on these restarts. You got to think he's got to be a little happy about that option.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you know, the last time they were swapped, right? Tanner English went high, and he was actually able to cut down low in front of Davenport. Here's the other thing as well. Davenport was making up ground on that lead duo by running the high side those last couple laps before the caution flag flew. So, going to be interesting to see what happens here now with 13 laps to go. Hudson O'Neal, Tanner English, Jonathan Davenport, Bobby Pierce, and Devin Moran, your top 5. McCready 6th, Max Blair 7th, Ross Robinson 8th, Jason Jamison 9th, and don't look now, but Ricky Thornton Jr. has worked his way from the tail of the field back up to 10th.
By the way, an update on Jason Feger, Jason Palyabicki, a hole in the right rear tire.
That will get you every time. Feger back out on the racetrack, rejoins the back of the pack. Thank you, James. Hudson O'Neal brings us back to the green flag. 13 laps to go here tonight at Brownstown.
Tanner English on the inside, going to try to keep the 49 behind him, and the 49 slipped just a little bit down in turns 1 and 2. We lost one car off the top of the racetrack. That may have been Jason Jamison, and it was.
And he'll gas it back up. He's going to call it a night, though, as he's rolling. Oh, and he'll bring the caution.
Well,
we did get a lap, but we also did get a caution. Hey, Greg Jeffries is back.
That's right. Hey, by the way, I shout out to Greg Dethridge. Not just glasses, you can get contacts from him as well.
Get your new contacts this week.
No, not yet. Mine are special order, as Greg so politely called me out on the air that one night last year.
He actually said you were legally blind.
Well, that is actually true. Yeah. So
they're not
that's
tinted or anything.
That's why I need new Dethridge Opticians contacts.
Right.
So now you're 20/20 and 20/20, right? Both eyes, right?
All right, MD3 5-star bodies instant replay, and oh man. As Thornton slid up, it looked like Jamison might have got on the binders. That cushion bit him and just got him off there. That cushion has been there all night. That's called Mother Nature will water a racetrack like nobody else.
Dan, about 15 laps or so ago, Jamison caught that right rear and the cushion had turned 4 and it was completely sideways coming down the front stretch.
The cushion giveth and the cushion taketh away.
Well, DJ, a dozen lapses. We just went through the Death Ridge Opticians choose cone again, and Tanner English is going to stay on the bottom. And I tell you what, Jonathan Davenport, that cushion bid him too on that restart. He's probably glad to see that caution come back out because he was falling into the clutches back there of Bobby Pierce and Devin Moran. I tell you what, McCready was able to capitalize on that lap.
Yeah.
Devin Moran now 17th to 4th. And he is going to be one to watch on this restart. Can Devin get it done from 17th?
I want to give a big shout out as well before we go back to Green Flag Racing. How about Ross Robinson currently running in the 7th spot? So good run for him. He started 11th, and he's battled his way up a few positions. He's been right there running well all evening long as we go back to Green Flag Racing. 12 laps to go. 12 laps remaining here, and Hudson O'Neal brings him back to the green.
And Tanner English in the 2nd spot. Davenport goes to the cushion. Moran's going to join the battle. Here comes McCready. Good battle for 2nd out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. English has got it off into 3 and 4.
English going to drive the 96 car deep into 3 and 4 and take that high line away from Jonathan Davenport. That enables Hudson O'Neal to power ahead by a few car lengths, that time by at the scoring loop. Tim McCready looking sporty in the Rocket 1 on the very inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, behind them, Ricky Thornton Jr. driving like a man coming home from work at 5 p.m. on a Friday as he is trying to blaze through the field in the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT.
And I tell you what, McCready, and he's off the racetrack. Announcers jinx, he'll get back on the track, but he gives up 5 spots. Meanwhile, Hudson just about left the ballpark in 4. He gets his feet back under him. Tim McCready up to 3rd with 9 laps remaining, but they're all watching Hudson O'Neal drive away. Huddy, a 4-time winner with the series. His last win was at Ray Cook's Tri-County Racetrack, October 12th of 2023.
Absolutely. Look at Ross Robinson right there on the inside of the racetrack. Absolutely. He's worked his way by Bobby Pierce. He's about to work his way by Jonathan Davenport. Not a lot of drivers can say that. They say they've done that, and that's a battle for 5th. Give it to Ross Robinson.
Bobby Pierce, you got to wonder, Bobby, a little bit of nose damage on the 32, and has that affected the handling on that race car as Pierce has fallen back to 7th as he goes to work now with Dalton Wilson. Wilson trying to get the spot away from him. They'll work off into turns 3 and 4. DJ laps are ticking away, and Hudson is driving away.
He sure is. 2 seconds, the advantage for Hudson O'Neal over Tanner English. Tanner English with a comfortable gap right now over Tim McCready. Devin Moran runs 4th on the right side of your screen. Right now is the battle for the 6th spot between Jonathan Davenport, Bobby Pierce, and Dalton Wilson. And you just saw Bobby Pierce take it away from JD and Dalton Wilson. They get by both of them right now on the bottom.
And Bobby Pierce going to the top of the racetrack, and I tell you what, he's just going to manhandle it up there as he rides in position 6. Hudson now with just 4 laps to go. They are catching the back of the field, but I just don't think it's going to be a factor here. And if you're Hudson O'Neal, you just want to see this thing stay clean and green to the checkered flag.
Yeah, now Tanner English did take a 10th off his lead the last time by. That's the good news. The bad news is this time by, we've only got 3 laps to go. Tanner English takes another 10th off, but obviously at that rate, 1.7 the advantage for Hudson O'Neal. Still a comfortable enough margin for the Martinsville, Indiana driver.
And Ricky Thornton Jr. calls it a night as 2 sticks in there, 2 more times around the speedway for the SSI Motorsports. 71 of Hudson O'Neal trying to pick up his first series win of the year. Will tonight be number 5, DJ off of turn number 4, 1 lap to go.
Final time around for the driver out of Martinsville, Indiana. The box score may show that he won this race from the pole, but that won't tell the entire story as he heads down the back straightaway for the final time and through turns 3 and 4. A winner for the first time with Castrol FloRacing Night in America in 2024. It's the new deal, Hudson O'Neal.
Tanner English comes home 2nd, Tim McCready in 3rd, Devin Moran from 17th to 4th, Ross Robinson 11th to 5th. Then it's Dalton Wilson, Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport, Carson Ferguson, and Max Blair rounding out your top 10. Coming home 3rd on the podium here tonight, Tim McCready. He fell back to almost 10th early. He rallies to finish 3rd. Tanner English in 2nd. But how about at Brownstown Speedway? Your winner here tonight out of Martinsville, Indiana, Hudson O'Neal picks up his 12th win of the year, his first with the Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota, and his 5th of his career with the series. And DJ, I was entertained tonight. This was fun.
It was. Brownstown was in great shape. By the way, 2 drivers gaining 13 spots. Devin Moran started 17th and finished 4th. And a big hat tip to Brendan Smith, who started 24th in this race tonight and finished 11th.
Well, Brownstown, you haven't seen him race here since March. How about it for the new deal, Hudson O'Neal? Ray can use that as a droop stick. Dad gets a hug from Dad, Don, Anthony Burrows, Justin Tharp down here, Nick Hardy from the crew. Congratulations, man. Now, that disappointment a week ago at Knoxville, you felt like you had the car to get in that chase, just wasn't meant to be. But here you come here tonight to your home track and get it done.
Yeah, there's, for me, nothing like Brownstown Speedway. Anytime that I can come here and be in any type of race car, it's just so special. And to come back, see all the familiar faces this week, and get to say hi to some old friends and people that have worked here since I grew up racing here. And it's really fun to come, and especially to have a good race car and come back and be able to be on this front straightaway is just that much more special. And yeah, Knoxville was it's kind of a bummer, but you know, it just it's part of racing. And whenever we left there, we knew that we had a good race car and we can win these races. We just don't need to let that setback upset us at all, and just keep working. And man, my guys are awesome. Burrows, Starp, Nick, Todd Burns is here with us tonight, and the whole Burns family, and we appreciate every one of them, and all my family for being here. I got a lot of family here, and it just makes this event so cool. And appreciate everybody on this race car: Wheeler Metals, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Professional Concrete, Big River Steel, Merrill Bonding, Bobcat of Batesville, Bob and Tammy Burton, Dino One, Sunoco Race Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Longhorn, Bilstein, SSI Motorsports, Subsurface of Indiana, Clemens Racing Engines ran awesome tonight. Just everybody that's a part of this deal. Ralphie Wiles and Westside Tractor Sales, and appreciate Flo for giving us a place to race this weekend. Appreciate you, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Well, you started there in the front, and in Davenport, you started fourth, got the lead. What were you thinking when you fell to second?
Yeah, I just kind of got caught trying to run that bottom. I thought that bottom was going to be pretty dominant early, and I just maybe I just committed myself a little bit too much to it, and he got around me on the top of 3 and 4. But once I moved up, I knew my race car was all right, and I just took to lap traffic, and it looked like he got a little loose in lap traffic, and then I was able to start just kind of working and maneuvering my line a little bit to find where I was going to be a little bit better than him to get back by him. So lap traffic played a big part, but man, I thought this place raced awesome with a little bit of rain they had and everything else, and it could have been a disaster, but they worked their tails off and gave us a good racetrack.
How gnarly was that cushion in 4? That's where you made the move to get back around him for the lead.
It was big, man. I got to running it there after that last caution, and I messed up on it one time, and I was looking at the infield. I was like, oh, man. But, no, like I said, man, I appreciate Brownstown Speedway. I appreciate all these fans for coming out, supporting me for all these years. And I know this is we got a lot of years left, so appreciate all your support, and we'll see everybody hopefully on Friday.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Hudson O'Neill, you win here tonight, the Castrol FloRacing event.
And James Essex going to make his way over to talk to second place Tanner English and third place Tim McCready, as I see Tanner making his way over there now. So
well, I picked you, by the way. Good run. Hey, anytime you get around guys like JD and so on, you had a really good race car tonight, Tanner.
Yeah, we were pretty good. It's nice to be back here, like on a national scene, being competitive and stuff. So I think our team belongs to be here, and we've put in the work to be here. So you know, it feels good to be standing here with these two guys, and you know, like I said, put in a lot of work. It's just me and my dad and Roger here tonight, so we're kind of slim tonight. So hopefully we'll recruit some crew for Friday and Saturday if we get to race. So I'm pretty excited. Congratulations to Hudson and Timmy.
How good does it feel Brett Coleman come on board this year, and what has he meant to your race team?
It's huge. You know, I think last time I was here, I was on an open trailer and barely squeaking by, you know. So me and my dad put a deal together with one of his old motors, and actually Danny Hatcher gave me a car to run, so appreciate him getting me back on my feet. And but Brett, you know, he means the world to me, and everybody on the car, you know, Coleman Farms Racing, NPM Marketing, Custom Automotive helped me out this year, M&M Painting Construction, my cousin Clay, everybody on the car, you know, I appreciate him a ton. I'm missing somebody. I don't want to forget. M&M Painting Construction, Custom Automotive.
C Motors, is C Motors?
C Motors, yeah. Thank you. I got to thank my buddy Larry Josie and Bilstein shocks, Swift springs, Longhorn chassis. You know, everybody that helps out, I appreciate them a ton, and putting something down the road. It's good to be standing here at Brownstown. I love this place.
All right, man. Hey, good run tonight. Tanner English, your runner-up tonight. Tim McCready, that was, man, from third on back, that was a hornet's nest all race long. What was from your vantage point?
From ours, with obviously Sectar 1.2 rocket, I was just super tight, and it's been a while since I've been that laid over in a car, and made a huge mistake, got right into fifth or fourth right off the bat, and then went in there and stepped on it over here, and then I jumped the cushion over there, and stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing as a driver, and put us in a hole. But after that, it was a battle. Track was really racy. They did a really good job. Congrats to Huddy and all them guys. I know after Saturday, one of us was going to be happy and one of us wasn't, and we were lucky this time, and he proved that he can battle back too. So for our team, it's cool to run third. Just want to thank Valvoline, Sadillac, everybody that does all these things, Styles Marine, Gunther's Honey, Cyber Calf Ranches, and Fox Shocks, all the guys behind this thing, and we probably tamed the motor down a little bit tonight, but the Durham motor runs good, and everything that marks all those guys, Petroff Towing and Ace Metal Works, and just the whole program, man. I know it sounds tiring to hear it over and over again, but without all those people, I would be out of a ride, and you know what I mean? I love sitting with the fans, but I still love racing. So hopefully I can continue to do it on this side for a while. When I'm done, I'll come to this Jackson and drink with you and have fun with you.
Well, you've won 3 Jackson 100s, and that's your only 3 wins of your career. You're not a cushion pounder out there. Did you get anywhere near that top?
I couldn't, and I can run up there. It's sometimes you just don't have enough room to run up there. You're back here in 8th, and guys are doing things, and it was more of the leaders. It was a lot easier for the leaders to run up there, and I made a big mistake. If I don't go on lap 2 and jump it and then go down there and jump it, which is 100% on me, I just stayed off it after that. And as we ran more laps, we got better, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, I just want to thank Mark, Steve Baker, Danny, Austin, and Joel, and everybody that does this. And hi to everybody back home. I know my kids and my wife watch a ton, and it's been cool to do it. It's not always what we want, but at the end of the day, man, when you can feel like you're getting better and you feel like you're getting somewheres in life, it's very rewarding. And I want more wins, but at the end of the day, we came here earlier and run 12th, so a third's a lot better.
Good run tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Tim McCready rounds out the podium here tonight at Brownstown, guys.